I got to stop and talk about Elon Musk because I love this guy. I love him. Now, remember, Elon Musk is a global warming guy. I mean, that's why he's planning on going to Mars, because he's so convinced about global warming. Okay, so he's not exactly a conservative, but he is great. I just love him. He's an entrepreneur. He's Tony Stark. Let's be honest. He is living the life of Tony Stark. And using his money in all the ways that you would hope to use your money if you were really, really rich and a genius. Well, he is in an argument now with California. And California has said you can't open your factory until when are they saying, the 20th or something like that? And he says, I'm opening it up today. This is today. And if you want to arrest me, go ahead. I'll be on the line. So now California is really, really pissed at him because he's defying their orders. And he says, I don't get authority from you. I don't know, some little coronavirus commission. Nobody elected you. No, I'm running my company. And so he's opening up the doors today. Apparently, it has been crowded for the last few days as they started to come back online. And he's threatening to move to Texas or Nevada, which, I mean, you can move to Nevada, but you will be welcomed here in Texas, Mr. Musk.
Yeah, I understand that Newsom kind of gave him the go-ahead. And then it was some non-elected county official that said, no, you're not restarting that. He's like, who are you? No, I'm going to restart it. So I think good for him. It's unconstitutional.
Oh, I hope they arrest him. I hope they do. They won't. Mm-hmm. I hope they do, because he has the money to make it into. He's not going to shut up. Hey, and he's not going to take it.
You know what else is kind of cool about Elon Musk is he's the only billionaire hobo I know of. He says he's going to be without a house. He's getting rid of all of his possessions. He's supposedly incredibly cash poor. He's just a billionaire on paper. I mean, he doesn't have, apparently, a lot of cash flow. At least that's what they say, and that's what he has said in the past. So it's kind of interesting to see the way he operates. He talks down his own stock. He talks about not having any possessions ever. He's a really interesting guy. Interesting cat.
I love him. If there was anybody I could interview today, my dream interview probably would be Elon Musk. I find him one of the most fascinating. He's he's a Nikolai Tesla of our era. And I think misunderstood and maybe crazy. I don't know. I don't think so, but maybe crazy. And I love that about him. And he embodies the American entrepreneurial spirit. He is a Nikolai Tesla in all the ways that, on all the things that implies. And maybe even the crazy part. But I hope they arrest him, because he won't sit down. He will not sit down.
It's fun, too, because the left now hates him, just for the reasons we've been talking about, that he insists on opening his factory again. And that
I can't take their zero tolerance policy.
Yeah. Ugh.
You disagree with one thing on the left, and you're out.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Especially this one's really interesting to me because he seems to be, he's against the lockdowns, right? And the president is still, he has obviously called for 6 weeks of lockdown. And he said he's been defending it on Twitter recently, that it was the right policy to do. And yet now opposition to Trump is unacceptable to the left, which is a fascinating development, right?
But wait a minute. This isn't this. No, I hate this argument. I heard this on Fox News of all places.
Sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. Jeez, gosh.
Well,
just don't jump on my throat.
You did. I'm a little like Elon Musk. I may be crazy. So. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Donald Trump, yes, he had the 6-week lockdown, but all of the rest of this stuff is happening because of the states. Donald Trump is not responsible for all of this stuff now. Yeah, all of these lockdowns are being run by the states, not the federal government.
Right. I'm just saying Trump agreed with the policy for 6 weeks, right? He's now trying to get people to open up. And he's saying, and he's, by the way, even after the lockdown expired, it was criticizing the Georgia governor for doing too much too fast. So, I mean, I don't think Trump is in a situation where he has been advocating this. You know, the media tries to make him out to be this crazy radical character where he's just like, everyone go out and sneeze on each other. Like, that's not what he's done at all. There's no evidence of that whatsoever. And so, you know,
reasonable.
And what Musk is doing here is he's been saying, like, you know, free America, open it up, blah, blah, blah. And like that is in opposition to what Donald Trump is saying, which usually immediately guarantees you're on the right side of the left. Because whatever Trump says, if you're on the left, you have to disagree with it. What is funny is they just are reading into his mindset and saying, well, he doesn't actually believe it. He doesn't actually believe in that lockdown.
But he's actually come out and said that this is fascistic. What's happening is fascistic.
Musk.
So he's not. I don't think he's meaning that about Donald Trump.
No, but he would say he's meaning about lockdowns. Right now, his immediate concern is Newsom, who's gone further than Trump. But I mean, I don't think the difference. I don't think the space between Trump and Newsom is fascism. They both have said, like, hey, this is a big time. We need to close down the economy. You know, like, I think just for whatever reason, because Trump's at times rhetoric says, hey, we want to open this up and we want to get out there. When we want to get out there by Easter. But then he himself had the lockdown several weeks past Easter. Right, like he's looking at this, I think, and trying to judge it with the best scientific, knowledge that's coming into him. And Musk is saying it's time. I think it is time. This is Texas. We've started to open it up, and I think we've done it.
Are you wearing masks outside? Wearing masks outside?
No.
You wearing masks
outside? No, I don't wear them outside.
Do you wear them in a store?
I wear them into a store.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. Sometimes, I mean, it depends on the situation. I feel like it's interesting because I've been to one store with 100% mask usage.
Really?
Whole Foods. It's the only place I've been into that has
of course, all the granola people.
Right, and that's probably the absolute safest place to not wear a mask because everyone else is wearing a mask.
Yep.
If I go, there's some stores where no one's wearing them, and that's actually the place you probably should wear them, which is kind of counterintuitive.